Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are having a look at some software from Impact Soundworks, and these are a new company for me, and I came across this on the dreaded Instagram, and you think I would have known better, but no, I fell for it again. They were advertising Sonic Ocean, so I kind of had to look at the website, and I also saw this other one called Cosmos, which kind of looked right up my street as well. So luckily they were both on sale. So I got Sonic Ocean and Cosmos for $39. So you can see Cosmos was $49, Sonic Ocean was $25. So $39 is round about £32, I think it was. Like I said, it wasn't exactly a lot of money, but to be honest, it's been more trouble than it's worth. I had a problem with Sonic Ocean with a missing content error that came up when I was switching patches, and it was very, very annoying. But I have managed to fix that, and it works okay in Complete Control and also the standalone Kontakt 7.4, which is what I'm running. So that was the first issue. Was getting these to work properly, and Cosmos is unfortunately still not working, as every time I try and open the NK file, it crashes Kontakt or Complete Control or anything. So the only way I've been able to get it to work is an older version of Kontakt 6.8, which I happen to still have, but I'm not going to bother reviewing it until I've actually got it working in Complete Control with Kontakt 7. So they are still working on it. This is 2 weeks ago I got this, and they're still working on trying to fix the issue with Cosmos just crashing Kontakt 7 every single time. And like I said, I managed to fix Sonic Ocean by doing a batch resave. So that solved the missing content problem. So if you are having any problems with Kontakt Instruments, with missing kind of content, then that is something that you can try. Getting back to actually what Sonic Ocean is all about, it is a granular ocean engine. So I thought, oh, yeah, sounds not bad. So it's a boutique sound design instrument built from water-inspired sounds, mallets, synthetic elements, and ambient textures, and percussive hits. With our custom granular ocean engine, any note can be turned into an endlessly evolving electroacoustic texture. A visually stunning UI, which is it is quite good. I mean, that's one of the things I kind of thought, oh, I quite like the UI. Allows you to morph, alter, and shape the ocean even if you're not a synth expert. So it says world-class support, authentic and realistic sounds, inspiring presets, easy-to-use interface, deep customization for power users, and a loyalty program. So you've got 24 unique sound sources, synthetic and found sources inspired and transformed by water, encompassing pitched and percussive tones alike. You've got hybrid acoustic and synthetic instruments, ideal for evocative ambience, pads, textures and soundscapes. Endless variations and inspiration. Produce a near infinite range of timbres, textures, pads and strikes by tweaking things yourself or using the seed control to randomize all parameters in a musically pleasing way. Custom microtuning engines and presets. 39 bonus water ambience recordings used to add additional textures and meditative ambience to your music, and 40 NKI presets. So you have to kind of load every single preset from an NKI file, which is a bit weird. And so you need the full version of Kontakt. It is not compatible with the free Kontakt player, so make sure you've got a full version of Kontakt. And it says it supports from Kontakt 5.3 onwards. And like I said, this does actually work in 7.4, unlike Cosmos. You need an i5 processor and macOS 10.14 basically and above, and it does work via Rosetta on Silicon Macs and Windows 7, 8 or 10. I'll play you a couple of these. So the first one's called Adrift. So yeah, so like I said, it does sound quite nice. So you can see why I thought, you know, like for soundscapes and stuff, it would be pretty useful. So kind of combining it with something else, and that's what I thought, oh, I could combine it with Cosmos. So we'll see what happens if they ever get Cosmos working, then I'll do a review on that as well. So that is Sonic Ocean, kind of quick overview, and like I said, I will open it up in Complete Control and we will have a look and hear some of the sounds. So here we are in Complete Control. And the first thing is I'm going to show you how to actually load these, because it's sometimes not that obvious when it doesn't have an actual app. So if you go into my library here, there's no actual app for either Sonic Ocean or Cosmos. So you have to go into your files section and then find out where you have stored. So all my Native Instruments stuff, my actual instruments, is on my Samsung T5. So we'll go onto that and we'll go to Sonic Ocean, and so we double click that and then you go to Instruments, and then you get the whole list of the NKIs, because like I said, there's not like one main app and then you load the presets. You actually have to load every single preset as an NKI file, which is a bit odd. So like I said, you just double click one of these NKI files, and here we are. And I have got the edit view on so that you can see the keyboard. So I've got my complete S49 Mark II, so I can play this. And as usual, the sound is a bit on the quiet side. So basically you kind of have this kind of wacky kind of UI, and I do quite like it. So depending on which preset you're on, this sail will come on. The blue section is your playable kind of notes, and the red section is your key switches, and the ones that are yellow are key switches that are switched on. So you can see this is Grand Journey, and it has 3 key switches, but you can alter those. So I have to kind of switch down an octave to actually get them all on my S49, because of course it's designed for an 88 keyboard that nobody frickin' has. So if you want to adjust the key switches, you have to switch sail off, and then you can actually adjust those. So the keys, if I press one, you'll see it says key switches inactive during sailing. In case you fall off the boat. So yeah, so like I said, if you wanted to adjust this particular preset, and like I said, they're not all got sail on, but if I switch that off, I can then adjust say this one here, which is time ripples. I can change that to endless cam, and it will completely change that preset. So the cool thing is that you can apply multiple key switches. So I could press whatever this one is, because you so that is Deep Fissure and time ripples. So we press those both together. So that was those 2 key switches, and I'm still on the first preset. So I'll start at the top and I'll work my way down. So you've got reverse, sail, and splash. So sail is kind of adds a kind of more continued kind of sound, so it kind of keeps going. And then if you hit splash, it will randomize a lot of these controls. You can see, you can just randomize those. I mean, they are quite subtle, I have to say. And if you want to know what they're doing, just switch that on and it will tell you. I mean, I'm really struggling to read this, but you can. But to be honest, the main ones that affect, like anything, is the volume and the waves. So, surprisingly enough, the volume and this waves one are the main 2. So normally when you hit splash, those don't change. It's the other ones that change, but like I said, you can hear it doesn't really change it dramatically. But you've got loads of different things. Like I said, you can see the UI changing. So you've got submerged, surface, current, ripple, freeze, flow, flood, depth, tides, drops. and then you've got waves and volumes. So, you know, I said you can muck about, and like I said, you can have it. I'm not quite sure if there's a limit to the number of kind of key switches. So, like I said, you have to keep switching sail off, and then we'll select, say, 3 more key switches, and then we've got that. So anyway, it's a bit different. I'll reload the second preset. So this is Breath of Atlantis. And like I said, this is not sailed. So it's got 1 key switch on, which is Aqua Piano. So if you want to know what it is, just press the yellow key and it'll tell you in here what it is. And like I said, I can go through. So there's additive waves, anchor stones, and then there's Aqua Piano, Aurora, undersea cable, ice drum, depth charge, droplets, drowned piano, kraken horns, glacial crackles, infinite lagoon, deep fissure, Mariana Bell, container drum, oceanic pluck, phase change, that's time ripples, endless cam, which is quite nice, metal streams, shipwreck, uneven tides. Oh, all right, calm down. And that is water marimba, and the last one, or the first one, depending on which one, is user sound, which is very annoying. And the amount of times I have accidentally pressed that. You can only switch these on if you've got sail off. So that is, but it does warn you every time. So if I try and change it, like I said, it will warn you. So that's one of the best things about it, is that you can have multiple key switches. So I'll carry on. So we go down to the settings. We've got tuning, transpose, and then you've got an ADSR, and they've also got an ADSRD for the pitch. You've got the velocity volume and an offset. And the mod wheel, it doesn't really do an awful lot. You can either have it changing the volume or the cutoff. So that's the volume, but the cutoff is that subtle. I'll put a louder key switch on. Right, so that's the cutoff. It's really not doing an awful lot, and you can't change that. It's kind of like stuck with adjusting the cutoff. Yeah, and then there's microtuning, except the presets don't work. This is something else. So you can microtune in different keys, so it defaults to C, and then there's these list of presets, except they don't change pattern. So you can draw them in. So I could change that to E. And like I said, these do not change. As you can see, there's no... That is not changing at all. And basically, if you hit default, once you've kind of done something, you can just go back to default and it'll clear it. But it's the same with these, so there's a glitch there as well. So like I said, none of these microtuning presets work. And then there's an ARP, which has a rather annoying preset. So every time you switch the ARP on, and you switch it on, button here. So it has an 8-step, and it defaults to these 3 kind of notes, and it is freaking annoying. So yeah, so like I said, you can change the steps. You can go up to however many you want, 32 steps. So we could take it up to 16 steps. You can change it, so you can either have it on sync or go with, you know, let's say we'll take it down to eighths. And then you can change the pitch, the volume, and the length. So like I said, we'll get rid of that for a start, and then just change a bit of pitch. You've got swing, and then you can tempo sync off. on. That doesn't sound any better, does it? I'll change the presets. Right, we'll change the preset and we'll switch the ARP on with this one. So we get some sort of drum sound at least. And then you've got as played descending. So it's a really basic ARP, and then you've got no snap, or you can snap to the time divisions. So we could snap to 8th as well, and then you've got loop, hold, and stop. So stop will just play it once. So like I said, you can adjust the volume. You just switch these on. So we could switch on the volume, so we could adjust the volume and also the length as well. So if we could try and get something a bit more exciting. So yeah, so if you can hear that. So I mean, at least it's got an ARP, but it's a pretty basic one. As you can see, you haven't got an awful lot of choice of what is actually happening. There's no random, there's no up down, there's just ascending and descending. So yeah, pretty basic. And that is pretty much it. So like I said, there's not much to it. It's a bit disappointing, I have to say. A lot of the presets are not very great. So sails on this one, you can see the sails on. And the reverse doesn't seem to do anything at all. If I switch that on, it just sounds exactly the same. Yeah, I can't really tell. So you've got things like deep drum groove, which is not really what I want for something called Sonic Ocean. I kind of, you know what I mean? I want kind of something a bit more like that. You know, I don't really want drum grooves. You can go through here as well. I mean, I'm double clicking them, but you can. So this was the problem when I changed presets. I got this content error coming up. And the other thing, on my keyboard, nothing has been mapped, and it's not even. It comes up as NA, so it's not even available. If I learn MIDI CC, it doesn't work. So this is, I mean, that's something else. So I'm turning the first knob on the S49 and nothing happens. So because it comes up not available, and normally it would come up with a CC number. Don't know what the problem is with that. So this is a bit better. You know what I mean? So this has already got the ARP on it. So you can see there you've got length, volume and pitch all switched on. You've got flute grain bells. So we could always change the key switch. I can't because it's got sail on and I keep forgetting that. It's so annoying. Right. Like I said, it is pretty dramatic. Hang on, we'll switch 2 on. No. Right, so we can switch sail on after we. The best thing is to muck about with the kind of key switches or the splash and just randomize them. So I mean, it is pretty subtle. I mean, freeze, what does that do? Controls the temperature to create sharp icy grains. Like I said, I can't hear much difference there at all. I mean, submerge is gradually removes brightness from the ocean. Yeah. It's subtle. So anyway, so I'll leave it up to you whether you think this was worth $25. And if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment. And if I ever get Cosmos working, I will do a review on that as well. And that is probably maybe a wee bit more exciting. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one.